Hello, good morning. In this video tutorial, I'm going to do maybe two or three parts. I'm going to explain how to configure mail converter in coreBOS and the capabilities that it has, what we can do with it. The first part is just going to set up, I'm going to set up a ticket control system, which is the main goal of the mail converter. Okay, so we read an inbox and we detect certain emails with a rule, whatever rule we want, and then we convert that into ticket and keep a conversation going. Okay, so here I have my mail converter in the settings. Okay, I'm going to start configuring the inbox. Here I have another tab where I have my support tickets open. I have actually currently 188 uh, tickets. So we'll see that as I get the emails that will be incrementing. And here I have my inbox, which is the email inbox that I want to control on the mail converter. So let's get started. I'm going to add here a new converter. We have to give it a name, and I'm going to put manage tickets. Okay, it's just a name. It can be. It's just for your control. Here is the information to actually read the inbox. Mine is this email here with this password here, and we have SSL, and we do not validate, and it's enabled. Okay, the next step here would be to zoom that in a little bit. Okay, here we go. Uh, okay, this first part really is all about your email server configuration, and then here's a very interesting part here where we say that what kind of emails in that inbox we want to read. If we want to read all messages from the last scan, all unread messages from the last scan, or all unread, whether it's in the last scan or not. Okay, this is important basically because you have to know what emails you want to have being processed. Note that any email that's in the inbox is going to get processed. Spam, unsolicited email, and of any kind, it's all going to get processed, and it's all going to get converted into tickets if it fulfills the rules that you set. So it does. It could fill your database quickly if you get some some hacker or somebody really attacking you through that. So it is kind of delicate in that sense. You have to have this control. Okay, it's not just opening up the inbox to anybody in the world. Okay, I'm gonna have all messages from last scan, no, all unread messages from last scan. That way, I can set the email to unread again and do the test again if we need to. And then I'm going to have it marked as read. So it's okay. Let's save that, and that should connect. And we see here that okay, if it doesn't connect, it gives you an error that it can't get there. Okay, so now we have that connection to our inbox, and we click on the select folder. It shows you the folders that are in there, and I'm going to just select the inbox, which is the only one I want to control. Okay, you could control other boxes, which is nice because you could pre-filter them, like uh, read the inbox and then move them into another process email box, so you could kind of control what I was saying before about what really gets into your system or whatnot. Okay, I'm just going to open up the inbox directly. Okay, so now we have to set up the rules. Okay, now our coreBOS, which has the cron running every 4 or 5 minutes, that's here in the scheduler. Okay, here down in the scheduler, we have all of the cron tasks, and among them we have the mail converter here. Okay, this has to be active and it has to be running. So the cron every 15 or so minutes it will read the inbox and it will do its work. Okay, so now when it wakes up and gets called, it will connect to the inbox, and then we have to set up the rules here to define which emails it's going to process. Okay, so the first rule, we're going to set up a ticket control system. Okay, remember we can do other things, and we'll see that in other videos. Now today is just about setting up the ticket control. So the first rule we're going to set up is to actually uh, detect those emails that we want to convert into tickets. Okay, so the rules we can set up. It's going to read the emails, and we can see that it could be from some given email or such. So, for example, if we had a contact form, support form on our website, and that would like kind of filter who has control to send in those tickets. They could all be sent in via one from, and you could just control those, for example. Okay. Two, it could be just those emails that are sent to this email. Uh, then we have subject. The subject can have different conditions, like if it contains, not contains, if it's equal to. Okay, and the body also same, more or less the same kind of conditions. Any body that contained any email that contains "help me" or whatever, you can set it up. And then we have the conditions. Okay, if all of the conditions above must be fulfilled for it to act, or if any of the conditions above are enough. Okay, once we have that, I'm going to set that up now. I'm going to say any condition, and I'm going to have my subject contains help. Okay, so any email that I get on this inbox which has the word help in the subject will launch and trigger the action. Okay, what action are we going to do? I'm going to, down here, we have the actions that we can do. We can create a ticket, we can update a ticket, we can update a project, we can add the email to a contact based on the from or the to of the email, and we can set it to an organization or an account based on the from and the to. Okay. Fine. We're going to create a ticket, and I want that ticket to be assigned to the test DMY user. Okay. That's our first rule. And okay, so here we have it. Basically, just as I just said. Okay. Now I'm going to set up another rule. This rule is going to be a little bit more complex. And what we're going to do here is I'm going to copy uh, the regular expression that we have on the wiki page, and you'll see that in a moment. Okay, here it's going to be the subject is a regular expression, any condition, and this one isn't important. In fact, that one's going to disappear. Update ticket. Okay. Okay, what does this say here? This new rule says, okay, if the subject fulfills the regular expression that we just put there, it will update the ticket. Basically, it will get the email, it will add it as a comment on the ticket, and if there's any attachments or anything, it will stick it into the related list of the ticket. Okay, all that's what the update ticket does is convert the email as an email actually connected, related to the ticket, and updates any attachments and comments that are on the email. Okay. Now here, the really important part is this one here. The part here where we have this parenthesis thing. Okay, that is how the converter will actually match your ticket with the email. Okay, in this case, I'll go over this again as soon as we see the email. What I'm looking for is the subject of the email, the previous subject of the email. Okay, so the first ticket is going to get created from the email it read, and the subject of the ticket is going to be the exact subject of the email. So now when the user answers using that ticket, that subject, we're going to get the subject and we're going to look for it in the ticket system. When we find it, we're going to know that's how we know which ticket we have to put the email on. That is kind of delicate because if we have more than one ticket with the same subject, it may find the incorrect ticket, right? It probably will. Okay, so anyway, right now let's see how this works, and then I'll go over that again with another example and see how to fix that. Okay, So I suppose that once we see the subject, it's going to be a little easier to understand. Okay, one more thing. Okay, now I have my two rules here, and it says that uh, the first rule is going to look for any email that has help in it and create a ticket, and the next rule is going to look for this regular expression and update the ticket if it finds it. Okay, now what's the problem with this situation right here? Is that these rules are processed from top to bottom, and the first one that's found is applied, and that's it. No other rules will be applied. So if we detect an email coming in, as it is right now, with the help in the subject, and we create a ticket, okay, that's fine. That's what we wanted. But now, when somebody answers using that same email that we got with the same subject, the rules are going to be processed again. It's going to find the help in the response and the first rule, because it's still the subject is exactly the same or more or less the same. It now has the ticket number and but the subject itself is the same. So it's going to launch the create ticket again, and we're going to have two tickets for the same thing instead of updating the ticket because the first rule was processed before. Okay, so what we have to do here is these little red arrows going up and down. We have to move the update up first. Okay, I clicked on that, and now, as you can see, what I'm going to try to do is find the regular expression first. If I find the regular expression, I'm going to update the ticket, and that's it. I'm not going to create any other new tickets. If I can't find the regular expression, then that rule will not be fulfilled. It will go down to the next one. It'll find the help, and it will create the ticket. Okay, so it's important. This ordering is very, very important for this to work. Okay, that should be basically all we need to get this working. Okay, so now I'm going to jump over here to my email box. No, we're gonna do this from another email. I'm gonna go over here a second to my email. I'm gonna write an email to coreBOS.com saying, let's see, let me show you that so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, it's just an email writing from my normal box from my mail account, and I'm going to send it to the support email, which is coreBOS Desuzio, and I'm going to put here, I need help configuring mail converter. Okay, mail converter is not updating tickets. And get rid of this, don't need it now. Okay, so I send this email. And now here, if I update this here, okay, I have the email who just came in. It has help, so it should find it. And so now I'm coming back over here to mail converter, and I'm going to use the scan now. Okay, this is kind of forcing the cron process, the regular process that works unattended. Okay. Okay, so now it's reading that email inbox. Okay, basically it said that everything went okay. Here, if I update this, the email has been read, as you can see. And if we come over here to support tickets, and I remember we have 188, if I upload this, refresh this, now I have 189. And this last one here is exactly the one we were looking for. Okay, explain a little bit more, a few more things. Okay, if you see this ticket, perfect. I mean, it just did what it had to do. It assigned it to test EMY, which is what we asked it for. It's open. The body, the description is the body of the email. I didn't put any attachments. We should have just to test it. But anyway, I mean, it works, so there's no attachments here. And that's about it. The email isn't attached this time. Okay, okay, that worked correctly. Now, in my inbox, I also received this email. Let me see if I can open that up here. Yeah, okay. Okay, I received this email. Okay, automatically. Note that let me zoom that in. Note that the subject actually has the TT189, which is the ticket that that was created. Then I have the 34191 is the internal ticket ID. Okay, that's the CRM ID of the ticket. That's totally unique. And then I have the subject that we created. Okay, And it says here that the ticket was opened, was created. Zoom it out a little bit, and the severity and everything. Okay, so now the normal process would be that I would answer, I would reply upon this email. Okay, I don't have the support name correctly configured. Um, so we should do that. That's done with global variables. And so in this case, what I'm going to do is just force the email again. coreBOS. Yeah, that was it. Okay. And I'm going to answer here saying that it is still not working because whatever. Okay, let's get rid of this. And okay, so, okay, I'm going to send this one in. That would be the response. And let's move this over here again. Now I have here again. Okay, that entered again. So if this is correct, this should detect the I need help configuring mail converter and update the ticket accordingly. Okay, so let's see how that works. Note here that I have no comments. Okay, so I could have put uh, attachments. Okay, let's scan that again. And let's see. Or that was already very fast. Or let me see. Yeah, okay, read it. Well, that was fast. Reload the ticket. Okay, perfect. As you can see, the ticket that I had, 189, it actually added in the text here. And also, if we go to the related list of the email, it should be here too. See, okay, we have the email here. Perfect, exactly as it was sent. Okay, so it updated the ticket correctly. Now, as I was saying before, note that what it did was actually look, because of this setup rule here, this regular expression, where it's looking for the the contents inside the the parenthesis. Okay, let's zoom that in a little bit. Let me see here. Let me open this up, and let's open that, and let's open this. Okay, let's zoom that in a little bit so it can be seen nicely. No, no, I got it. Okay, this is the email subject. This is the regular expression we have, and that below is the subject that we actually have in the email. So as you can see, what the regular expression is looking for is the trouble ticket, 009, the numbers. Then it looks for the ID, and then this part here with the parenthesis is going to match to I need help configuring the email. It's going to look for that. That's the part that we use to match the ticket. Okay, so that's what it looked for. It looked for that text here in the tickets, in all of the subjects, all of these tickets, and it found this one. Okay, if I have another ticket with exactly the same name and subject, it's not going to match. It's going to match, but it's going to find the incorrect ticket. Okay, so it's very important that you know what rule you're setting here. If you do this like this, you have to guarantee that all of your tickets will have a unique subject. Okay, so to avoid that, what we can do is get rid of the parentheses there and add them here. This is very, very useful and very powerful. Okay, so let me zoom in on that so you can see what I did. Okay, now what I have is that the parenthesis is in the CRM ID of the ticket. Okay, so that's unique. That's already unique. There's no other CRM ID in the whole system with that number. Okay, so just changing the parenthesis from one side to the other, I have a unique way of identifying each ticket, and I'm not going to get those updates lost. Okay, that's very, very important. Okay, again, if we move over to the to the one I just had here. Okay, if we zoom that out a little bit, note that what I just did was eliminate the parentheses from here. Okay, so that's going to match the same. And I put them here. So now all of a sudden what I'm matching is this number here, okay, which is the internal number, unique CRM ID of the record. Okay, so in the next videos, I'm going to talk a little bit about how it matched the the user, the contact. Okay, if you notice that it actually it actually related the ticket to a contact. Okay, I'm going to talk in the next video about how it found that contact and what we can do to kind of get those contacts created and those relations established. Okay, how it does that, and then I'll in the last installment I'll probably talk about the other things that you can do, like adding the contact email and the like. Well, anyway, you get a good idea, hopefully, about how the ticket mail converter works, the general idea, and concretely how it can help you set up a ticketing system. Okay. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next installment.